We are just a couple of hours away, well, not a couple, a few hours away from Thanksgiving. Welcome back to Central Valley Talk Live on this Wednesday. I'm Austin Reed, coming to you from our Tower District studios inside the Mike Briggs building. Hey, joining us now, we're talking about Incinerati Brewing, and you guys are located in Clovis now, just opened a tap room. So Mike is the owner and brewer. And you're with us late this afternoon. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, okay. First off, talk a little bit about Incinerati.
So Incinerati has been my passion project for a couple of years now. I started at the incubator in downtown with 411 Broadway Brewing, or 411 Brewing now. I've been professionally brewing for about 8 years now at breweries around the valley, mostly at Riley's, but I also did some at Full Circle and LCB Tehachapi. When I started brewing, I always just wanted to kind of do things my way and always had to work for somebody else doing things their way. So really just wanted to put my own thing out there. And so when I got the opportunity with Joseph at 411, I jumped on it. So bought a couple of tanks and a glycol chiller and started brewing out there, selling kegs to local accounts. Eventually started doing canning in 16-ounce cans and selling those to go at the incubator, because that's all we could do there. We weren't licensed to have people drinking there on site. So the eyes were always on to have a tap room of our own that we could sell beer to people directly and be able to hang out and talk beer, because that's pretty much my favorite thing about it, is being able to just geek out about the beer with people. So when Zone 9 Brewing over in Clovis, their lease was coming up and they didn't really want to renew it and they didn't want to part the place out. So they knew we were friends. They knew that we were looking for our own tap room, and so they approached us, and we jumped on that too, because it was just a turnkey place. We got all their equipment from front to back, and I've brewed about I forget, it's been a blur. I think 5 or 6 batches on the equipment that's there, that was theirs. I haven't yet even moved all of my equipment over from the incubator. So place was just turn the boiler on and get going.
Perfect. Saved you guys a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, those guys actually did all the heavy lifting for us, doing all the plumbing and stuff back when they got started. And yeah, we were able to just kind of follow in their footsteps. We updated the tap room. My partner Al and his wife Maria helped redecorate, and my wife also helped paint the tap room and made it our own. But it's still pretty much just the bones of Zone 9. Just now it's ours.
It's a little updated.
Yep.
We're looking at your website. Talk a little bit about your brews.
So my favorite beers to make and drink and share with people are hazy IPAs for sure. There's just almost endless ways to make it your own, and there's a lot that we still don't understand as brewers on these beers that we're making, that we kind of know what makes a good beer, but we don't fully understand exactly why. But every day there's new research coming out that kind of points us in the way, and has definitely molded how I brew not only that beer but other beers. But I also just really like using experimental hops that I don't really see in beers locally. And so,
yeah, I used to live in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
And that was huge there.
Yeah.
But yeah, not so much here.
Yeah, here is just there's a lot of breweries that are popping up now that are they're all kind of at that same level where we're putting out the newer styles that people are looking for. And like I said, I like experimenting with experimental hops or other ingredients. I'm actually going to be making a pastry stout coming up, like a Mexican pastry stout. But I know of the dessert drink Champurrado that uses piloncillo sugar. That's just raw cane sugar juice that's boiled down until it's almost like molasses, but it's not quite. And I'm going to add that in there and add some cinnamon and some vanilla, and it's going to be really thick and sweet and chocolatey and a whole lot of stuff going on there. I've made something like it before. I call it a big ol' heckin' chonker. It's just big and thick. Yeah. And then I had the idea to do a Mexican one, and it's called a big ol' heckin' chancla.
I like that. That's perfect. When could that come out?
I would say that'd be probably at least a month now. I've only got the few tanks, and I got to move them over. And
it's coming.
Yeah, and it'll take a little while to make, because it's a big beer. It takes a little bit to ferment it and let it condition on those ingredients. But when it's ready, we'll definitely be announcing on our Facebook and Instagram.
So the tap room is open hours.
Yeah, right now we're just doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just because all of us involved all still have our full-time jobs. So we're open Fridays 5 till 9, Saturdays 12 till 9, and Sundays 12 to 5. Looking at opening possibly earlier in the week once actually my partner Al's been out with hip surgery, and so once he's able to be back on his feet, then hopefully we'll be able to open up more days of the week.
And we were just looking, Michael, could we go back to the picture of the outside? There you go. So that gives you a pinpoint.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see if you don't know it's there, if you don't know what our logo is and stuff, but there's a lot of people that have been stopping by while we were getting ready to open, just like, are you open yet? Are you open yet? Because there's a lot of people that live real close by that have just been waiting for a place to be open and just to have a drink. And
right in the neighborhood, too.
Yeah, which is something that we didn't have downtown. Now we have a bunch of people that are just going to be our regulars, and then of course we have all the people that know about us from us being open for 2 years and putting beer out in the community.
Moving forward, I know you were talking about maybe opening up earlier in the week at some point. Any other ideas, say, within the next couple of years or dreams?
Well, yeah, definitely stepping up to a bigger place because this tap room, we've only got a few dozen capacity. And there's not really any room to expand from where we're at. So definitely be kind of a stepping stone to a place where we can host more people and brew more beer. It's pretty crowded in there as it is, and we're just going to add more tanks and stuff to the back and a bigger cold box. And so we'll definitely need some more room to expand and just keep on really doing what we're doing. I'd like to do some more of the canning. We'll definitely do some more of that at the tap room now that we've got a place to sell them to go. And we'll also, once I get my labels in, be able to do crowlers that we can fill on tap for anything that we don't have pre-filled. We can fill anything that we have on tap into those. Just waiting on the labels to come in.
Isn't it nice too, seeing and talking to your customers?
Absolutely. I guess that's been the thing that I miss so much about being at the incubator and kind of hold away in there. I've always loved going to beer fests and being able to sit there and talk about the beers and how I make them and what goes into them. It's one of my favorite parts of making beer.
You geek out on it.
Absolutely. Total beer geek.
Mike, thank you for joining us. And just a quick reminder, Saturday is Small Business Saturday. Yeah. You guys are a small business, so, folks, go to Clovis.
Yeah,
and
we'll be open.
People can buy your beer for a present for the holidays.
Yeah,
right?
We've still got some of the cans left of the last beer that we canned up. It's a hazy IPA. Definitely will have those to go, and I'll actually probably will be sweating in the back brewing the next beer. So
getting ready.
Come out and see it. You can smell it, and if you haven't smelled what beer brewing it smells like, it smells great, especially when I add the hops. Do
that because people don't realize how the smell. Yeah. And how cool it is. I've done it one time. Yeah. And it is awesome. So
that's great.
Thanks again, brother. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same.
All right. I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.